Kling 2.6 just added audio generation, which means the gloves are off. Veo 3.1, Sora 2, and Kling can finally fight on equal ground. Watch this. Same prompt, 3 completely different videos. I spent 72 hours and $400 testing these models across 5 brutal categories. Here's who actually wins. Here's the workflow. I start in AI Master Prompt Creator. This is where I optimize every test prompt instead of guessing what works. Prompt Creator expands rough ideas into technical prompts with camera angles, lighting keywords, audio cues, all the details these models need to deliver quality results. Scoring system is simple. 1 to 10 scale per category. 5 categories total, highest combined score wins. Let's start the battle. Category 1, dialogue and lip sync. First test, dialogue realism. We're not testing boring talking heads. We need natural speech, perfect lip sync, environmental audio, character movement, multiple speakers, real conversation, not a script read. I am opening AI Master Prompt Creator. My rough input, 2 podcast hosts debating AI art in recording studio. Now watch what Prompt Creator does with this. Here's the optimized output. That's the difference between generic result and cinematic footage. I'm copying this exact prompt and pasting it into all 3 models. Generate. Let me break down each one. Veo 3.1 result. Lip sync accuracy. 8 out of 10.
AI art is just pattern matching. There's no real creativity happening here.
That's like saying photographers aren't artists because the camera does the work.
Yeah.
There's a slight delay on fast words when the male host says pattern matching, but overall it tracks well. Audio quality, 9 out of 10. The studio ambience is excellent. I can hear the chair creak when he leans forward. The mic handling sounds realistic. The room tone feels authentic. Character consistency, 7 out of 10. The male host stays solid, but the female host's face wobbles slightly around the 3-second mark. Camera motion, 6 out of 10. The push-in happens, but it feels robotic, like it's moving on rails instead of natural dolly. Kling 2.6 result. Lip sync, 7 out of 10.
AI art is just pattern matching EE. There's no real creativity happening here.
That's like saying photographers aren't artists because the camera does the work.
Better sync on the male host, but the female host has noticeable drift when she says camera does the work. Audio, 7 out of 10. Dialogue is crystal clear, but the studio ambience is too quiet. It feels like they're in a dead room instead of a live studio. Consistency, 9 out of 10. Both characters stay solid throughout. No morphing or face warping. Camera motion, 8 out of 10. The push-in is smoother and more cinematic than Veo. It feels like an actual camera operator moving the dolly. Sora 2 result. Lip sync, 9 out of 10. This is the best lip sync of the 3.
The AI art is just pattern matching. There's no real creativity happening here. It's basically
Hold
a
on,
remix
that's
machine.
like saying photographers aren't artists because the camera does the work.
No, but the human still
and someone
frames the
still
shot.
chooses the prompts, the
tool doesn't
style.
Every word lands perfectly, even the fast overlapping dialogue. Audio quality, 6 out of 10. The dialogue itself is perfect, but there's almost no studio ambience. No chair sounds, no mic noise, no room tone. It's too clean. Character consistency, 8 out of 10. Both hosts stay mostly solid, but there's slight hand morphing when the female host gestures. Camera motion, 7 out of 10. The push-in is decent, but it stops abruptly at the end instead of easing out. Second dialogue test, back to AI Master Pro. I use new prompt, running this through all 3 models. Quick comparison. Veo 3.1 nails the audio layering.
I can't believe we actually signed up for a marathon.
You said you wanted a challenge.
I can distinguish the footsteps, the breathing, the birds, the wind. Every layer is present and balanced. The camera bounce feels natural. Lip sync holds even with the movement. Kling 2.6 has good camera motion and the breathing sync is solid, but the environmental audio is thin.
I can't believe we actually signed up for a marathon.
You said you wanted a challenge.
The birds sound distant. The footsteps lack impact. Sora 2 has incredible lip sync again, but the handheld motion feels too smooth. It doesn't capture that natural bounce from running.
I can't believe we actually signed up for a marathon.
You said you wanted a challenge.
Category winner, Veo 3.1. best audio layering and environmental realism. Sora 2 takes second place for lip sync precision. Next, camera physics. Can these models handle complex camera moves without melting into chaos? We're testing FPV drone shots, dolly zooms, and whip pans, moves that require precise physics simulation and motion consistency. AI Master Pro prompt, generate in all three, Veo 3.1. The dive starts well, but the speed drops once it's inside the garage. It slows to maybe 20 miles per hour instead of maintaining 60. The motion feels cautious. Kling 2.6. This one's fast. The dive is aggressive, the weave between pillars maintains velocity, the motion blur looks realistic. The propeller audio ramps up correctly when accelerating. Sora 2, great start on the rooftop hover, strong dive, but once inside the garage, the concrete pillars start morphing, the space loses coherence. Winner, Kling 2.6, only model that kept the speed and physics consistent throughout. Dolly zoom test, the Hitchcock vertigo effect. This is technically complex because the camera physically moves forward while the lens zooms out simultaneously. The subject stays centered, but the background warps. First, I'm generating a reference image. I do this in my AI Master Studio. When we need reference images for image to video tests, I'll generate them here at 4K resolution with consistent style and clean composition. These aren't random stock photos. They're purpose-built assets designed for AI video generation. In AI Master Studio, I type that simple prompt, upload the studio image to all three models, paste the prompt, generate. Veo 3.1. The background barely warps. It looks more like a standard zoom than a dolly zoom. The businessman's face stays sharp, but the effect isn't there. Kling 2.6. The background stretches correctly. I can see the glass walls warping away, but the businessman's face distorts too. His features elongate unnaturally. Sora 2 nails it. The face stays centered and sharp, the background office warps perfectly, the fluorescent lights stretch into lines exactly like a real dolly zoom. This is the effect we wanted. Winner for this test, Sora 2. Whip pan transition test. This requires two distinct scenes connected by an ultra-fast camera pan that creates motion blur streaks. In AI Master Studio, I'm generating two images. First, close-up of DJ's hands on vinyl turntables, dramatic club lighting. Second, wide shot of packed nightclub with crowd dancing, strobe lights, energy. Download both. AI Master Pro prompt, upload both studio images as references, generate in all three. All three models attempt the whip pan, but only Kling 2.6 keeps both scenes sharp before and after the pan. Veo 3.1 second scene is soft and out of focus. Sora 2 has great motion blur, but the nightclub scene loses detail. The crowd morphs into an abstract blob instead of individual dancers. Winner, Kling 2.6. Camera physics results. Kling 2.6 dominates FPV motion and whip pans. Sora 2 owns the dolly zoom. Veo 3.1 struggles with high-speed camera movements. Advantage, Kling. After generating all these test videos, I need to actually edit them for comparison. And here's the problem. Most AI video tools don't give you a clean way to polish your clips after generation. That's where the sponsor, of today's video, AI Video Cut comes in. It's the tool I've been using to edit all these test clips, and it's built specifically for short-form content like TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Here's what makes it different. AI Video Cut has a built-in in-browser editor. You upload your AI-generated video or just copy-paste a YouTube link, and it automatically transcribes it and adds captions. But the magic is what comes next. You can edit the transcript directly. Click a word, fix typos, remove filler words, or delete entire sentences. When you remove text, the video cuts automatically. So if I generated a 10-second clip in Kling, but I only want the best 5 seconds, I just highlight the bad parts in the transcript and hit remove text and video. Done. The caption editor is also insane. You get tons of pre-made styles, you know, those viral TikTok caption formats with a word-by-word highlighting. Choose your style, tweak colors if you want, apply changes, and export. The whole process takes like 2 minutes. And they have a free plan with 5 editor uses, so you can test it out before committing. For paid users, it's unlimited. I've been using it to quickly polish these comparison clips, trim the intro, remove dead air, add captions for side-by-side comparisons. If you're generating a lot of AI video content and need fast, no-nonsense editing, AI Video Cut is the move. Link in the description. All right, back to the battle. Category 3, horror and audio design. Horror category, this is where audio design separates good models from great ones. We need tension, atmosphere, perfectly timed sound effects, no music crutches, pure diegetic sound. First, generating a reference image in AI Master Studio, woman standing in narrow apartment hallway, dim lighting, single flickering fluorescent bulb overhead, dark doorway visible on left side. Export at 4K. Just copy AI Master Pro prompt that I use, upload studio image, generate in all 3. Veo 3.1, excellent ambient sound. I can hear the fluorescent buzz, her footsteps, her breathing change, but it adds subtle music underneath, which breaks the diegetic only rule. The music creates tension, but it wasn't requested. Kling 2.6. The metallic scrape timing is perfect and it lands exactly when she turns her head. The breathing sync is spot on. Escalating from calm to anxious, the fluorescent buzz stays constant, no music. This follows the prompt precisely. Sora 2, great visuals. The turn is smooth, but the audio feels too clean. The metallic scrape sounds more like a sound effect from a library instead of a realistic noise happening in that space. It lacks the raw, unsettling quality real horror needs. Jump scare test. This is about timing precision. Can the model execute a hard cut with impact sound on the exact beat? I just copy and paste this prompt. Text to video generation, no reference image needed. Kling 2.6, the timing is perfect. 5 seconds of static playground, the swing creaks, then bam. The hand slams the lens exactly on beat, loud impact, instant black, the wind cuts perfectly. Textbook horror editing. Veo 3.1. The playground hold is good, but the impact lands half a second late. The hand appears, then the sound follows. That delay kills the scare. Horror timing needs to be frame perfect. Sora 2 refuses to generate this. Content guidelines block the scary child hand element. This is a major limitation for horror creators. Sora's safety filters are too aggressive for genre content. Winner, Kling 2.6. Pure atmosphere test. No jump scares, just unsettling audio layering. Generate foggy forest image in AI Master Studio. Dense fog, barely visible tree silhouettes, wet ground. Export. Prompt is that simple. Veo 3.1 wins this one. The audio layering is exceptional. I can identify each sound, they're spatially positioned correctly, the child's laughter echoes realistically without a clear source direction. That's masterclass sound design. Kling 2.6 is solid, but the audio layers feel flatter, less spatial depth. Sora 2 has good fog visuals, but the audio lacks the complexity. It's more like 3 sounds instead of a rich, layered soundscape. Category verdict, split decision. Kling 2.6 for timing precision, Veo 3.1 for atmospheric audio layering. By now, you've seen me use AI Master, Prompt Creator, and Studio throughout these tests. Let me show you what else is inside this platform because it's way more than just prompt optimization. AI Master Pro is an all-in-one AI hub. Here's what you get. The AI Master method and generative AI course, over 8 hours of lessons covering AI foundations, workflows, and how to actually sell AI products and services. 100+ lessons, templates, PDFs. You learn AI from zero to building your own AI offer in 4 weeks. Second, AI tools built right into the platform. You've got your personal AI master assistant trained on unique data, can teach you anything about AI 24/7, and with integrated Nano Banana Pro, Veo 3 and Sora 2 Pro directly into the platform. Anyone who joins before end of 2025 gets bonus generation credits. Third, Prompt Lab Pro, 300+ ready-to-use prompts for freelancers and businesses. Copy, paste, done. Plus active AI community, tool discounts, member perks, and a curated weekly AI digest so you stay current. So it's not just watch, course, buy. It's a space where I'm constantly learning and using AI at the same time, all in one place. And we're offering 24% off annual membership to the first 1,000 people who join. Links below, you're very welcome. Category 4, product ads and UGC style. Can AI create authentic product ads and UGC content? We're testing handheld selfie style, product integration, label visibility, and that authentic social media energy. Generate product image in AI Master Studio, skincare serum bottle, clean white label with brand name visible, professional product photography lighting, white background, high resolution export. I use this AI Master Pro prompt. Upload studio product image, generate. Veo 3.1.
Okay, so I've been using this for 2 weeks and my skin is literally glowing. Look.
The woman looks natural, the delivery is authentic, but the product label is completely blurred out. You can't read the brand name. For an ad, that's a deal breaker. The whole point is product visibility. Kling 2.6.
Okay, so I've been using this for 2 weeks and my skin is literally glowing. Look.
Good authentic vibe, the handheld shake feels real, and the product label is mostly visible. There's slight warping on the edges of the label, but you can read the text. The lean in to show her skin is natural. This works as a UGC ad. Sora 2 blocks the generation entirely. Realistic person holding a product triggers content guidelines. This is unusable for product marketing. You can't create ads if the model won't generate people with products. Luxury product shot. Generate a high-end watch in AI Master Studio, gold metal band, black face, dramatic side lighting setup, black velvet surface, commercial product photography aesthetic. My test prompt. Sora 2 blocks this again. Realistic product with specific branding details triggers guidelines. Veo 3.1 generates it. The rotation is smooth, lighting is good, but the gold reflections are static instead of moving across the metal as the camera orbits. That breaks the realism. Kling 2.6, best result. The rotation is perfectly smooth. The gold reflections move naturally across the metal band as the camera orbits. The depth of field works correctly, and the watch face stays sharp throughout the entire revolution. The ticking sound is subtle and realistic. This looks like a luxury brand commercial. Category winner, Kling 2.6, only model that can handle both UGC selfie style and high-end cinematic product reveals without content blocks. Physics simulation, the hardest test for AI video. We're testing cloth dynamics, water splashes, and destruction. This is where most models break down into morphing chaos. Generate reference image in AI Master Studio. Woman wearing long flowing red silk dress standing on beach cliff edge, ocean in background, golden hour lighting, hair down, dress hem at ankles, high detail fabric texture. My prompt here is that upload studio image, generate Veo 3.1, the dress moves, but it feels stiff like polyester instead of silk. The fabric doesn't wrap around her legs, it just blows to the side and stays there. Kling 2.6, best fabric flow. The silk ripples realistically, showing the lightweight material behavior. The wrapping around legs happens naturally at the wind peak. The hair movement matches the wind force. The audio ramp from calm to gust to fade matches the visual perfectly. Sora 2, excellent start. The initial wind gust looks phenomenal, real silk behavior, but at peak wind, the dress starts morphing into the cliff background. The fabric loses definition and blends with the rock texture. Winner, Kling 2.6. No reference image needed, pure physics test. Prompt is simple, generate in all three. Kling 2.6, best splash. The wine separates into individual droplets. Each one has weight and trajectory. The glass shatter looks realistic with fragments flying in correct directions. Audio timing is right. Veo 3.1 completely ignores the slow motion request. Everything happens at normal speed. The wine just pours out instead of splashing with separation. Physics are off. Sora 2, good physics on the splash. Droplet separation is there, but the audio is muted. The crash should be loud and sharp, but it sounds dampened, like it's happening in a different room. Winner, Kling 2.6. Car crash test. This is the prompt that I use for that. Veo 3.1 refuses to generate. Safety guidelines block vehicle crash content. Kling 2.6 generates, but the physics are off. The car bounces backward unrealistically. It flies back 3 feet instead of 1, like it hit a trampoline. The crumple looks okay, but the bounce kills the realism. Sora 2 also blocks on safety guidelines. Winner by default, Kling 2.6, because it's the only one that attempts the generation. Category verdict, Kling 2.6 wins physics. Best cloth dynamics, best water splash, only model willing to generate destruction content. Veo and Sora are too restricted. Time to tally the scores. Here's the breakdown across all 5 categories, scored 1 to 10 per model. Dialogue and lip sync. Veo 3.1 scores 9 out of 10. Best environmental audio and studio ambience. Kling 2.6 scores 7. Solid but quieter ambience. Sora 2 scores 8. Incredible lip sync but too clean audio. Camera physics and motion. Kling 2.6 scores 9. Dominates FPV and whip pans. Veo 3.1 scores 6. Struggles with speed. Sora 2 scores 8. Nails the dolly zoom. Horror and audio design. Kling 2.6 scores 9. Perfect timing precision. Veo 3.1 scores 8. Best atmospheric layering. Sora 2 scores 6. Too many content blocks and clean audio. Product ads and UGC, Kling 2.6 scores 9, handles both UGC and cinematic. Veo 3.1 scores 7, product labels blur. Sora 2 scores 4, blocks too many generations. Complex physics simulations, Kling 2.6 scores 8, best cloth in water. Veo 3.1 scores 6, won't generate destruction. Sora 2 scores 7, good physics, but blocks content. Text to video quality. Kling 2.6 scores 7, good lighting, but character morphing. Total scores: Kling 2.6, 42, Veo 3.1, 36, Sora 2, 33 out of 50. Kling 2.6 wins overall. But here's the nuance. Each model is a specialist. Kling 2.6 better used when you need camera motion control, horror content with precise timing, product advertising, both UGC and cinematic styles, complex physics like cloth or water, and any image-to-video work with realistic people is also the most flexible with content guidelines. Use Veo 3.1 when you need dialogue scenes with multiple characters, layered environmental audio, atmospheric sound design, and realistic conversations with ambient noise. It's the audio king. And Sora 2 when you need pure text-to-video generation, character consistency across camera moves, abstract or imaginative concepts, and photorealistic scenes from descriptions. But avoid image-to-video with realistic people. It blocks constantly. Pricing matters. Kling 2.6 is the cheapest of the three, about 40% less expensive than Sora 2 for similar quality output. Veo 3.1 sits in the middle. If you're generating high volumes, Kling offers the best value for money. For most creators, the workflow is prototype in Kling for speed and cost, refine in Veo if you need better audio, use Sora only for pure text-to-video imagination shots. And if you want the same workflow I use today, AI Master, Prompt Creator Studio, courses, all the tools, we've got 24% off annual membership for the first 1,000 people. Link below, comment which model you would choose for your workflow, and see you in the next one.